Welcome to Financial Reaction, the place where beginners level up fast. If you're curious about dividends, covered calls, or how to start building real income from the stock market, you're in the right spot. We break everything down with energy, clarity, and zero jargon. This is pure information and education, never financial advice. Let's fire it up and get into it. Hey, and welcome back to the $10,000 portfolio. Today's video, we're going to go over the non-weeklies. So we're going to start with Dividend Aristocrats and take a look. And as you can see, it's up just a hair. And a lot of that is CAT is a big winner. It's been up from 680 to 862. It hasn't paid a dividend since we started tracking it because it's that whole number. Ben Franklin, T-Row, Mo, these have all paid. Black Hills hasn't paid yet. 3M hasn't paid yet. A couple of these haven't paid yet. As you can see, only the top half are up, and most of this is share price. Big winner in actual dividend return is Mo. It's paid 6.37. So let's take a look at that. It's up 30 cents a share today. It pays $1.06. These are quarterly payers. And if you follow the Dividend Aristocrats, you see every year they raise their dividends, but it's just a small amount. And this one appears to pay 4 cents a share more. Every year that'll go up 4 cents because you see it's at 1.6, and next year it'll be 1.10. First quarter 1.06. So on the Dividend Aristocrats, you pretty much know exactly what you're going to get unless some drastic happens. And they are allowed to pay a special dividend. So if they have an exceptional windfall and they decide to share a little more, they can do that. But their base dividend payment will always be that small growth every year. That's why they're on the Dividend Aristocrats. Index funds, what are we doing here? The portfolio is up. It's down a little today, but I think the stock market overall is down. What are these? We got some Invesco, Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard, iShares, the Spider. These are a variety of different things. Who is our winner? QQQ. Let's take a peek at it. Oh, wow. Look at that. It is down $5.65 today. It's a $700 stock, so that's only 0.8%, so that's not a huge percentage loss. Its dividend is very small at 0.4%. And we'll take a look at its history. It pays quarterly. Okay, so it pays 60 to 70 cents, and it's a quarterly payment. And it seems to be fairly consistent. These are not going to should not have drastic. These are growth and income. So as you can see, 19 cents. This one is paid 25 cents, 26 cents. So you're going to get some consistent payment, so you're not going to have drastic changes. And you can see these percentage are low. Most of the return you're going to get at these are targeted to grow your portfolio balance, not your dividend balance. So it's going to be share price appreciation. As you can see, QQQ is up from $5.99 to $7.03, even with the $5 loss today. It's still up 70% since March when we started this. So that's not bad. Any other impressive ones? No. So you can see the 1 to 2% return on dividends. However, 17% is a nice return on your share price. We got 10, 9, 9, 9, 9. So a lot of good nines, which is not the 10% goal. But like I said, it's only May and we started this in March. So you don't have the full year to go over that. Okay, we're going to bounce down here to monthly dividends and take a peek at where we're at. We are down overall and just a hair up today. Okay, what are we getting on returns? You can see these are not huge returns. Let's take a look at trend. It's a 13%, 17% payment, and it pays monthly. Oh, I wanted to point this one out. This used to be a quarterly payer, and that's why it was at 51 cents. And then at the beginning of the year in January, it switched from quarterly to monthly. So that's something to consider. It pays steady 17 cents, and it was a little all over the board before that. But we had a long long trip of 51-cent payment and then 17 cents, and that looks like what they're going to shoot for is just that steady payment. This one's paying 12. Let's look at 15%, which looks like about the best yield in a profitable one. See, this one's paying 22%, but it's also the worst performing. So let's look at a positive performing. 15%, it's an $8 a share, so this is something that's fairly affordable to purchase, and it pays 10 cents dividend, and it pays monthly 10 cents steady. So you can see, even going back, it's always paid 10 cents. And as long as that holds, that's something to consider, knowing exactly what you're going to get. And obviously a 10% dividend, and you're going to get a 15% overall return, and you even get a small share price return. So that's something I like to see. And then the last column is monthly, quarterly. Yes, I'm running through these quick. I want to get this video down short. This one's got a good overall. It's $3,000 for the portfolio, and mostly winners and only a few losers. The biggest loser is only $349. So let's take a look at what kind of returns we're getting. Wow, look at FEPI. FEPI's up to 27%. That's sweet. And then DNL is only 0.05. So this is all share price. What have they paid? 2 cents? Have they ever paid more? That's a drop. See, they paid 10 to 12 up to 20, and then something happened, and now they're down to 2 cents for the quarter. So they've probably had some rough times. A lot of people have heard of these. QQQI, JEPI, SPYI. These are your ETFs, exchange traded funds. So they're trading on groups of stock. FEPI at 20, what happened? It's down 62 cents today. And it pays monthly. And it seems to be paying pretty good in the 80 to 90 range. Well, actually 90 and above range, so that's even better. Monthly payer, quality management team, evidently, because they have consistent growth. Those are all things you want to consider when you're doing your personal research, is long term. Let's see. If you look on this, remember we started with $10,000, so most of these are above 10. The highest is 11.3. So these are your backbones. If you wanted to develop steady payment in retirement, some of these are things that should be on your consideration list. And what we're going to do is I'm going to, if you've been following my covered calls, I have a $100,000 portfolio, and I've reset it to $100,000. And what I'm going to do is, how can we use the dividend tracking portfolio to set up retirement? So what I'm going to do is write covered calls on the portfolio, and whatever we generate in covered calls, I'm going to build a portfolio that pays some dividend and some growth, and then we'll see where we're at. I will add some weeklies. I'll do some of the monthlies, and I think what I'm going to do is go through and pick out of the top 2 or 3 performers in each category. I'll go ahead and buy whatever. Every week I'll write weekly covered calls, so every week I'll buy whatever the top 2 performers in. I'll split that money against each. So on this one, I would buy Apple, this APLE, Apple Hospitality. This isn't Apple, the company Apple. This is Apple Hospitality, so completely different. So these are $838 a share, so I'd buy whatever I could of those, and I'd split it between the top 2. And then we'll see where we're at. And that way it gives us something different to follow along. And then I will pick, say, something out of the weeklies. I'll go to, say, group 2, and I'll just pick the top 2 in group 2, which would be AMDY and GUI, and then we'll go from there. Let me know in the comments if you think that sounds like a good idea or something you would like. Thanks for joining me today, and I'm going to be getting out the weekly payers here shortly, so stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you. Have a good day. Thank you for staying to the end. If you haven't yet, please give me a like and subscribe. It means the world to me and helps me make more videos. Thank you so much. Goodbye.